Good morning. Today's topic for lecture is biological oxidation, oxidative phosphorylation. Now, biological oxidation, it is the transfer of electrons from the reduced coenzymes through the respiratory chain to oxygen is known as biological oxidation. Energy released during the process is trapped as ATP. The coupling of oxidation with phosphorylation is called as oxidative phosphorylation. Now, in oxidative phosphorylation, the process in which the energy stored in the reducing equivalents, that is the NADH and FADH2, is used to produce ATP. The first step is oxidation, which is carried out in the electron transport chain, and NADH plus H positive plus oxygen gives NAD plus H2O, and FADH2 gets oxidized to FAD and water. Phosphorylation step, that is ADP with the incorporation of inorganic phosphate, get converted into ATP. Now, redox potentials. Oxidation is defined as loss of electrons and reduction as gain of electrons. When a substance exists in both the reduced state and in the oxidized state, the pair is called as the redox couple. Like NADH, H plus and NAD, and FMN and FMNH2. These comprise the redox couples. Redox potential, the oxidation reduction potential or the redox potential, it is the quantitative measure of the tendency of a redox pair to lose or gain electrons. The redox pairs are assigned specific standard redox potentials at pH 7 and at 25 degrees centigrade. The more negative redox potential represents a greater tendency to lose electrons. A more positive redox potential indicates a greater tendency to accept electrons. The electrons flow from a redox pair with a more negative redox potential to another redox pair with more positive redox potential. The redox potential is directly related to the change in the free energy, that is delta G. Now, this is the representation of the electron transport chain, and it is showing that the carriers or electron carriers are arranged in terms of rising redox potential. Now, transport of reducing equivalents, that is the shuttle pathway. The inner mitochondrial membrane is impermeable to NADH. Therefore, NADH produced in the cytosol cannot directly enter the mitochondria. So, the two pathways are used, that is the glycerol phosphate shuttle and the malate aspartate shuttle. Now, glycerol phosphate shuttle, the cytosolic glycerol 3-phosphate dehydrogenase oxidizes NADH to NAD. The reducing equivalents are transported through glycerol 3-phosphate into the mitochondria. Glycerol 3-phosphate dehydrogenase present on the outer surface of inner mitochondrial membrane reduces FAD to FADH2. Dihydroxyacetone phosphate escapes into the cytosol and the shuttle continues. FADH2 gets oxidized via the electron transport chain to generate 2 ATPs. This is the diagrammatic representation, the flow chart showing the glycerol phosphate shuttle. The second is the malate aspartate shuttle. In the cytosol, oxaloacetate accepts the reducing equivalent and becomes malate. Malate enters the mitochondria where it is oxidized by mitochondrial malate dehydrogenase. In this reaction, NADH and oxaloacetate are regenerated. NADH gets oxidized via electron transport chain and 3 ATPs are produced. This is the flow chart showing the malate aspartate shuttle. In the mitochondria, oxaloacetate participates in the transamination reaction with glutamate to produce aspartate and alpha-ketoglutarate. Aspartate enters the cytosol and transaminates with alpha-ketoglutarate to give oxaloacetate and glutamate. The electron transport chain or the respiratory chain. The flow of electrons occurs through successive dehydrogenase enzymes in the mitochondria, together known as the electron transport chain. The electrons are transferred from higher to lower potential. The significance is the free energy released during the transport of electrons is utilized for the formation of ATP. The mitochondrial organization. Mitochondria consists of 5 distinct parts, that is the outer membrane, the inner membrane, the intermembrane space, the crystal and the matrix. The inner mitochondrial membrane, the electron transport chain and the ATP synthesizing systems are located in the inner mitochondrial membrane, which is a specialized structure which is rich in proteins. The inner membrane is highly folded to form crystal. Surface area of the inner mitochondrial membrane is increased due to the crystal. The inner surface of the inner mitochondrial membrane possesses specialized particles, the phosphorylating subunits, which are centers for the ATP production. This is the diagram showing the mitochondria and the various structure. Now, the inner membrane, it is impermeable to most small ions, small and large molecules. And the matrix, it is important. The importance of this matrix is that it consists of the enzymes of the TCA cycle, the fatty acid oxidation enzymes, mitochondrial DNA, mitochondrial RNA and mitochondrial ribosomes. Components. The components of the electron transport chain. It comprises of 4 enzyme complexes and 2 free electron carriers. The enzyme complexes, that is the complex 1 is NADH ubiquinone oxidoreductase, complex 2 is the succinate dehydrogenase, complex 3 is the ubiquinol cytochrome oxidoreductase, and complex 4 is the cytochrome oxidase. 2 free electron carriers are the coenzyme Q and the cytochrome C. Complex 5 comprises of the ATP synthase. The complexes 1 to 4 are carriers of electrons, while complex 5 is responsible for the ATP synthesis. This is the structure of the electron. This is diagrammatic representation of the electron transport chain. This the inner mitochondrial membrane has been shown in the magnified form. The enzyme complexes are mobile carriers. The enzyme complexes and mobile carriers are collectively involved in the transport of electrons, which ultimately combine with oxygen to produce water. Largest proportion of oxygen supplied to body is utilized by mitochondria for the operation of electron transport chain. This is the representation of the various complexes and the mobile carriers of the electron. Now, this is in a flowchart way, electron transport chain flowchart representation, that is complex 1 and complex 2. They transfer the electron to coenzyme Q. From here, the electron is transported to complex 3 and to the complex 4, and ultimately the ATP synthesis takes place in the complex 5. Now, explanation of the complex 1. Of the 2 coenzymes NAD and NADP, NAD is more actively involved in the electron transport chain. Tightly bound to the inner membrane, NAD is reduced to NADH and H plus by hydrogen dehydrogenases with the removal of 2 hydrogen atoms from the substrates. The substrates include pyruvate, glycerol 3-phosphate. NADPH is more efficiently utilized for anabolic reactions, fatty acid synthesis and cholesterol synthesis. This is the structure of NAD, the oxidized form and the reduced form. Again, this is a simple diagrammatic representation of the electron transport chain showing the various complexes as well as the carriers of the electron. Flavoproteins, the enzyme NADH dehydrogenase is a flavoprotein with FMN as a prosthetic group. The coenzyme FMN accepts 2 electrons and a proton to form the FMNH2. NADH dehydrogenase is a complex enzyme closely associated with non-heme iron proteins or iron sulfur proteins. In this, 4 protons are pumped out from the mitochondria. NADH plus H positive plus FMN gives NAD and FMNH2. Then about the complex 2, succinate coenzyme Q reductase. The electrons from the FADH2 enter the electron transport chain at the level of coenzyme Q. Succinate dehydrogenase is an enzyme found in the inner mitochondrial membrane. It is also a flavoprotein with FAD as coenzyme. The 3 major enzyme systems that transfer their electrons directly to ubiquinone are the succinate dehydrogenase, the fatty acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase, and the mitochondrial glycerol phosphate dehydrogenase. Oxidation and reduction reactions of the flavin coenzymes, that is FMN is converted to FMNH and then to FMNH2. Then iron sulfur centers or the clusters. Iron sulfur centers are prosthetic groups containing 1 to 4 iron atoms. Iron sulfur proteins exist in the oxidized or the reduced state. The iron sulfur centers transfer only 1 electron even if they contain 2 or more iron atoms. FES participates in the transfer of electrons from FMN to coenzyme Q. Other iron sulfur proteins associated with cytochrome B and cytochrome C1 participate in the transport of electrons. Now, which of the following participate in one electron transfer? That is FES or Fe2S2 or Fe4S4 or all of the above. So, it is all of the above. This is the structure of iron sulfur containing proteins. Then about the coenzyme Q. It is also known as ubiquinone. It is a quinone derivative with isoprenoid side chain. Mammalian tissues possess a quinone with 10 isoprenoid units, which is known as coenzyme Q. Q10. The ubiquinone is reduced successively to semiquinone, that is QH, and finally into quinone, that is QH2. It accepts a pair of electrons from NADH or FADH2 through complex 1 or complex 2 respectively. 2 molecules of cytochrome C are reduced. The Q cycle facilitates the switching from the 2 electron carrier ubiquinol to the single electron carrier cytochrome C. This is a mobile carrier. Ubiquinone, it is present everywhere. It is lipid soluble, it is mobile, only electron carrier not bound to any protein, can accept or donate 1 or 2 electrons, so it has semiquinone form also. Then coenzyme Q, this is the diagram, the structural formula. Then about complex 3, that is a cytochrome reductase. This is a cluster of iron sulfur proteins, cytochrome B, cytochrome C, cytochrome C1, both contain heme prosthetic group. Cytochromes are conjugated proteins, consists of the porphyrin ring with iron atom. Heme group of the cytochromes differ from that found in the hemoglobin and myoglobin. The iron of the heme in cytochromes is alternatively oxidized or reduced, which is essential for the transport of electrons in the electron transport chain. In this, 4 protons are pumped out. The electrons transported from coenzyme Q to cytochrome B, C1, C, A and A3. The property of reversible oxidation reduction of heme iron present in the cytochromes allows them to function as effective carriers of electrons in the electron transport chain. Cytochrome C. It is a small protein containing 104 amino acids and a heme group. It is loosely bound to the inner mitochondrial membrane and can be easily extracted. Then cytochromes. Cytochromes are electron carriers containing heme. Three classes of cytochromes are observed, that is A, B and C. They differ only in the substituents on the porphyrin rings. B, C1, A, A3 are bound to the integral proteins. Cytochrome C is small and water soluble. Heme is the prosthetic group of cytochrome. Heme contains iron atoms in the porphyrin ring. Heme can undergo one electron transfer. The copper ions besides heme group act as electron carriers in cytochrome A and A3. Now about the complex 4, that is the cytochrome oxidase. Cytochrome A and A3. It contains cytochrome A and A3, which is the terminal component of the electron transport chain. Tightly bound to the inner mitochondrial membrane, cytochrome oxidase is the only electron carrier heme iron of which can directly react with the molecular oxygen. It also contains copper that undergoes oxidation reduction during the transport of electrons. Two protons are pumped out. In the final stage of electron transport chain, the transported electron, the free proton and the molecular oxygen combine to produce water. Sources of electrons. Electron donors, that is NADH and FADH2. NADH is produced in the following reactions, that is the PDH complex, the transfer of electrons from pyruvate to NAD. Alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, it transfers electrons from alpha ketoglutarate to NAD. Isocitrate dehydrogenase, it transfers electrons from isocitrate to NAD. Malate dehydrogenase, that is it transfers electrons from malate to NAD. Hydroxy acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase, it transfers electrons from hydroxy acyl coenzyme A to NAD. FADH2, FAD is tightly bound to enzymes called the flavoproteins. FADH2 is produced in the following reactions, that is succinate dehydrogenase complex number 2. It transfers electrons from succinate to FAD. Glycerol 3-phosphate dehydrogenase, it transfers electrons from glycerol 3-phosphate to FAD. Fatty acyl CoA dehydrogenase, it transfers electrons from fatty acids to FAD. FADH2 donates its electrons to coenzyme Q. Now, inhibitors of the electron transport chain. The inhibitors bind to one of the components of the electron transport chain and block the transport of electrons. This causes the accumulation of reduced components before the inhibitor blockage step and oxidized components after that step. The synthesis of ATP is dependent on the electron transport chain. All the site-specific inhibitors of the electron transport chain also inhibit ATP formation. NADH and coenzyme Q complex 1. Fish poison, that is the retinone, rotenone, barbiturate drugs, amytoid, antibiotic, pyridine A inhibit this site. Complex 2. Carboxin inhibits this site. Between cytochrome B and C1, that is complex 3. Antimycin A, an antibiotic, British antileucide, that is BAL, an antidote used against war gas, naphthoquinone, and are important inhibitors of the site between cytochrome B and C1. Cytochrome oxidase, that is complex 4, carbon monoxide, cyanide, hydrogen sulfide and azide. Effectively inhibit cytochrome, while cyanide and azide react with oxidized form of cytochrome. Cyanide is the most potent inhibitor of electron transport chain. It binds to iron Fe3 plus of the cytochrome oxidase, blocking mitochondrial respiration, leading to cell death. Cyanide poisoning causes death due to tissue asphyxia. Sites of ATP synthesis and inhibitors. So, this is site 1, that is amytoid, rotenone and pyridine. Then at site 2, antimycin A and BAL. At site, this is the site number 3, that is cyanide, sodium azide and carbon monoxide. Biological oxidation and oxidative phosphorylation. Biological oxidation is the transfer of electrons from the reduced coenzymes through the respiratory chain to oxygen is known as the biological oxidation, and release of energy during this process is trapped as ATP, and this coupling of oxidation and phosphorylation is known as the oxidative phosphorylation. Complex 5 of the inner mitochondrial membrane is the site of oxidative phosphorylation. Phosphogens act as storage forms of high energy phosphates and include creatinine phosphate, which occurs in vertebrate, skeletal muscle, heart, spermatozoas and brain. Arginine phosphate, it is in the invertebrate muscles. When ATP is rapidly being utilized as a source of energy for muscular contraction, phosphogens permit its concentrations to be maintained, but when the ATP-ADP ratio is high, their concentration can increase to act as the storage of high energy phosphate. The PO ratio. It is the PO ratio refers to the number of inorganic phosphate molecules utilized for ATP generation for every atom of oxygen consumed. Approximately PO ratio represents number of molecules of ATP synthesized per pair of electrons carried through the electron transport chain. PO ratio of 3. PO ratio of 3 for the oxidation of substrates producing NADH. For each molecule of NADH that is oxidized through electron transport chain, 3 ATPs are produced. Example, malate, pyruvate, isocitrate and alpha ketoglutarate. PO ratio of 2, that is PO ratio of 2 for oxidation of substrates producing FADH2. FADH2 transfers electrons to coenzyme Q, thus missing the first site of oxidative phosphorylation. For each molecule of FADH2, it produces 2 ATPs. Example is succinate, fatty acyl CoA, glycerol 3-phosphate. PO ratio of 1, that is, it is for the compounds that transfer electrons to the cytochrome oxidase complex, that is ascorbic acid. Now, note that the studies on isolated mitochondria indicate PO ratios of 2.5 for NADH and 1.5 for FADH2. Sites of oxidative phosphorylation in electron transport chain. There are 3 reactions in the electron transport chain that are exergonic, where the energy change is sufficient to drive the synthesis of ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate. That is, site 1 is the oxidation of FMNH2 by coenzyme Q. The site number 2 is oxidation of cytochrome B by cytochrome C1, and site number 3 is cytochrome oxidase. Energetics of the oxidative phosphorylation. The redox potential difference between these two redox pairs is 1.14 volt, which is equivalent to an energy of 52 calories per mole. 3 ATPs are synthesized in the electron transport chain when NADH is oxidized, which is equal to 21.9 calories. It is calculated by this formula. When NADH is oxidized, about 42% of energy is trapped in the form of 3 ATPs and remaining is lost as heat. The heat liberated is not a wasteful process since it allows electron transport chain to go on continuously to generate ATP. This heat is necessary to maintain the body temperature. Oxidative phosphorylation, the mechanism of oxidative phosphorylation. Two important hypotheses to explain the process of oxidative phosphorylation, namely the chemical coupling and the chemiosmotic. The chemical coupling hypothesis, this was put forth by Edward Slater. According to this, during the course of electron transport chain in the respiratory chain, a series of phosphorylated high energy intermediates are first produced which are utilized for the synthesis of ATP. These reactions are believed to be analogous to the substrate level phosphorylation that occurs in glycolysis or the citric acid cycle. This hypothesis lacks experimental evidence. The more authentic theory, the theory which has been accepted the most, is the chemiosmotic theory. The transport of electrons through the respiratory chain is efficiently utilized to produce ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate, that is a proton gradient. The inner mitochondrial membrane is impermeable to the protons and the hydroxyl ions. The transport of electrons through the electron transport chain is coupled with the translocation of protons across the inner mitochondrial membrane from the matrix to the intermembrane space. The pumping of protons results in an electrochemical or the proton gradient. This is due to the accumulation of more hydrogen ions on the outer surface of the inner mitochondrial membrane than the inner side. The proton gradient developed due to the electron flow in the respiratory chain is sufficient to result in the synthesis of ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate. This is the diagram showing the pumping of, that is the progression of electron, the transport of electron from complex 1 to complex 4, and in this along with this there is transport of translocation of hydrogen ions from the inner matrix to the intermembrane space, and this is leading to proton gradient. This is the diagram showing the inner mitochondrial membrane being folded in the form of cristae, and these cristae are rich in enzymes of the electron transport chain complexes, ATP synthase and membrane transporters. Chemiosmotic theory, that is with the passage of electrons from the complexes, various complexes, there is translocation of protons from the inner mitochondrial space, that is the matrix, to the intermembrane space, leading to the development of a proton gradient. Enzyme systems for the ATP synthesis. ATP synthase present in complex 5 utilizes the proton gradient for the synthesis of ATP. This enzyme is also known as ATPase since it can hydrolyze ATP to ADP and inorganic phosphate. ATP synthase is a complex enzyme and consists of two functional subunits, namely F1 and F0. F0 unit, that is FO, or the F0, that is the O stands for oligomycin. FO inhibited by oligomycin. FO spans inner mitochondrial membrane acting as a proton channel through which protons enter the mitochondria. The FO unit has 4 polypeptide chains and is connected to F1. FO is water insoluble, whereas F1 is water soluble peripheral membrane protein. F1 unit, it projects into the matrix and it has 9 polypeptide chains, that is the 3 alpha, 3 beta, 1 gamma, 1 delta and 1 epsilon. The alpha chains have binding sites for ATP and ADP, and beta chains have catalytic activity. ATP synthesis requires magnesium ions. Its structure is comparable with lollipops. The protons that accumulate on the intermembrane space re-enter the mitochondrial matrix, leading to the synthesis of ATP. This is the structure of the ATP synthase. This is the FO portion and this is the F1 portion. The motor model for ATP generation. Paul Boyer in 1964 proposed that a conformational change in the mitochondrial membrane proteins leads to the synthesis of ATP. This is now considered as a rotatory motor or the engine driving model, or the binding change model is widely accepted for the generation of ATP. The enzyme ATP synthase is FO and F1 complex. The FO subcomplex is composed of channel protein C subunits to which F1 ATP synthase is attached. F1 ATP synthase consists of a central gamma subunit surrounded by alternating alpha and beta subunits, that is alpha 3 and beta 3. In response to the proton flux, the gamma subunit physically rotates. This induces the conformational change in the beta 3 subunit that finally lead to the release of ATP. According to the binding change mechanism, the 3 beta subunits of F1 ATP synthase adopt different conformations. One subunit has open or the O conformation, the second has loose or the L conformation, while the third one has the tight or the T conformation. By a known mechanism, protons induce the rotation of gamma subunit, which in turn induces conformational change in the beta subunits. The substrate ADP and inorganic phosphate bind to beta subunit in the L conformation. The L site changes to T conformation, but this leads to the synthesis of ATP. The O site changes to L conformation, which binds to ADP and inorganic phosphate. The T site changes to O conformation and releases the ATP. This cycle of conformation changes of beta subunit is repeated. 3 ATPs are generated for each revolution. This is the binding chain mechanism, that is, protons entering the system cause conformational change in the F1 particle. The 3 beta subunits are in 3 functional states, that is the open or the O, L or the loose, and T or the tight. Conformational changes induces catalytic activity. Open form is regained after release of ATP. Inhibitors of the oxidative phosphorylation. The mitochondrial transport of electrons is tightly coupled with oxidative phosphorylation. Oxidation and phosphorylation proceed simultaneously. There are certain compounds that can uncouple, or the delinkers, that is, they can delink the electron transport from the oxidative phosphorylation. Such compounds are known as the uncouplers. They increase the permeability of the inner mitochondrial membrane to protons. The result is that ATP synthesis does not occur. The energy linked with the transport of electrons is dissipated as heat. The uncouplers allow, often at accelerated rate, oxidation of the substrate via NADH or FADH2 without the ATP formation. Examples are 2,4-dinitrophenol. It is a small lipophilic molecule. It is a proton carrier and easily diffuses through the inner mitochondrial membrane. Others include dinitrophenol, pentachlorophenol, trifluorocarbonyl cyanide, and phenyl hydrazone. Certain physiological uncouplers are also present, that is, they are uncouplers at a higher concentration. These are thermogenic, thyroxine, long chain fatty acids, and unconjugated bilirubin. Significance of uncoupling. The maintenance of body temperature is particularly important in hairless animals, hibernating animals, and animals adapted to cold environment. These animals possess a specialized tissue known as the brown adipose tissue in the upper back and the neck portion. The mitochondria of the brown adipose tissue are rich in the electron carriers and are specialized to carry out an oxidation uncoupled form from phosphorylation. This causes liberation of heat when fat is oxidized in the brown adipose tissue. The presence of brown adipose tissue in certain individuals is believed to protect them from becoming obese. Thermogenin is a natural uncoupler located in the inner mitochondrial membrane of the brown adipose tissue. It acts as an uncoupler, blocks the formation of ATP and liberates heat. Ionophores, these are lipophilic substances that promote the transport of ions across the biological membrane. Valinomycin and niacin, they also act as uncouplers. Inhibitors of the oxidative phosphorylation, that is oligomycin, which is antibiotic, prevents the mitochondrial oxidation as well as phosphorylation. It binds to the enzyme ATP synthase and blocks the proton channels, and thus it prevents the translocation or the re-entry of protons into the mitochondrial matrix. Due to this, the protons get accumulated at a higher concentration in the intermembrane space. Electron transport is stopped. Atractyloside, it is a plant toxin and inhibits oxidative phosphorylation. It blocks the adequate supply of ADP. Inherited disorders of oxidative phosphorylation, that is 100 polypeptides are required for the oxidative phosphorylation. Of these, 13 are coded by the mitochondrial DNA and synthesized in the mitochondria, while the rest are produced in the cytosol and then they are transported. Mitochondrial DNA is maternally inherited since mitochondria from the sperm do not enter the fertilized ovum. The mitochondrial DNA is 10 times more susceptible to mutation than the nuclear DNA. Mitochondrial DNA mutations are commonly seen in tissues with high rate of oxidative phosphorylation, that is the CNS, skeletal, heart muscles and the liver. Diseases are the lethal infantile mitochondrial ophthalmoplegia, Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy and myoclonic epilepsy. Mitochondrial encephalopathy, lactic acidosis, stroke-like episodes are seen in males. Oxidative phosphorylation and the disease, that is the syndrome and the feature. Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy, it is a complex 1 defect, blindness, cardiac conditions and defects. Myoclonic epilepsy, rigid red fiber disease, that is myoclonic epilepsy, myopathy and dementia. Mitochondrial encephalopathy, lactic acidosis, stroke-like episodes. Complex 1 defect, lactic acidosis, stroke, myopathy and dementia are observed. Leeds syndrome, that is complex 1 defect and there is movement disorder. So that was all. Thank you.